Hey guys, Mike here over in Taiwan. I had this video all booted up, ready to go, and then I realized that I wasn't recording it correctly, so I guess I have to start again. Nice day over in Taiwan. It's really hot outside. People are being crazy animals driving as usual. You know, it's kind of funny. I have this joke about people in Taiwan is that people are usually very nice when you meet them, but then as soon as you put them behind the wheel, they turn into a monster. And you can kind of take that the way that it is. But yeah, I just had my breakfast and, kind of have the energy in the morning, which is what you should do. I think a lot of people don't really take seriously the fact that you should probably have half an hour a day of exercise. And, how is it that you're going to fit half an hour a day of exercise into every day, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be every day. Maybe it can be like every other day or something like that. And, a little bit of yoga goes a long way. I used to think about that stretching your spine out is probably something that is very useful and, can longevity, health. There's something in there about like stretching your spine, like, cleaning out your guts, like in your, what's this called, like your small intestine and your liver. And there's like something like this, like gut bacteria or something like that that's really like useful. And I know that sounds like kind of weird and gross, but I heard that that's actually connected to your brain in some way. That's why there's like this saying in English called like your gut feeling, which is like your kind of like intuition about like something, but that's neither here nor there. I think there's a lot of people that I know probably right now that are thinking about the same things, like I don't want to get sick and I want to have more energy. And I think that a lot of us are probably kind of like taking that for granted, right? Because a lot of jobs out there right now, if you don't work, then you don't get paid. Yeah, that's true that there's like some work out there where you have some type of insurance or something like that. But I think that English teaching in Taiwan has taught me that, like say, like a long time ago, like maybe like 5 years ago or something, I was sick at like one point and like I was like sick as a dog. I couldn't go to class and, I told the teacher and stuff like that or the manager. And they're like, okay, yeah, well, how long are you going to stay? Blah, 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 right? And it was like 3 days or something. Like after I think 3 days or something, I think that they said, okay, well, yeah, you're fired or whatever, right? And I mean, that was on me. That was my responsibility. But at the same time, though, is that fair? A lot of people might be arguing whether it's fair or not. And it's not. But at the same time, like, you're this foreigner, you're this stranger, you're in their place. And you say suddenly, okay, well, I can't do this job for like 2 or 3 days. Well, they're going to have to get somebody else, right? They have a business to run, so you have to kind of get in or get out. So security when it comes to jobs in Taiwan, I think that probably if you're the type of person maybe in your like 40s or 50s, like right now, and you're trying to like switch a job, I think probably the best way to do it is to go off into some place like in no man's land in Taiwan where there's no other foreigners. I did for a while. I was chatting with somebody who he's pretty cool. I don't remember what his nationality was, but he was like in the kind of like the Timbuktu of Taiwan, where he's like in the middle of Taiwan where nobody he doesn't like see any foreigners or anything like that, and he sometimes would like go to Taipei to go get the things that he wants. I don't want to say that he has like a little bit of main character syndrome, but and then he could probably comment on that. I don't know if he's going to watch this video or not, but because he's like, well, I'm like the only one here, right? And like what you really got to do when it comes to a position like that in Taiwan is make yourself indispensable. Make it so that you are the only one who basically can do this job, right? They might say, okay, well, I'm going to hire somebody part-time, or I'm going to slot somebody in that maybe really at the end of the day. All of these after-school activities and stuff, it's a business, right? They want to have a foreign face with a Canadian American or a UK accent who's going to be, doing their things and showing the parents that they're getting their money's worth, right? Because they want their kids to achieve some type of a higher level or achieve some type of fluency in English and stuff like that, right? And that's just for English classes. I was actually listening to some video about, wow, there's that weird smell again, sorry, about math classes, like why can't foreigners like do stuff like math classes or something like that instead, or open up some type of business. And I think that's kind of like a no-go. because they're probably thinking to themselves, like, why is it that this foreigner is going to be opening up a math school when we could just get any other Taiwan person to go up and open a math school instead, right? I want to talk about the kind of the trials and tribulations of like opening up your own business as an English teacher. A lot of people, when they do this whole English teaching thing, and then they realize that 5 years down the road you can get like a permanent residency. At that point you can basically do whatever you want, right? So, if you want to open up your own pizzeria or breakfast shop or English school, then you can. So these are some of the things that I found out about like opening up your own English school. One is that you have to adhere to fire inspection or something, safety standards. So, obviously, if there's some type of accident or something, you want like the students and the teachers to be able to get out. There's some type of like education organization that you also have to join as well. Now, if the inspector says, okay, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. Okay, well, then you're going to be delayed until you can, cut that thing out or do whatever it is necessary in order for you to make your school better. So you can't. I mean, then there's also, you got to hire teachers. Actually, what's really interesting though is that, say if I don't have a degree, which I do. And I just wanted to hire teachers that have a degree and I was the boss, I could do that. And I could actually teach at my own school without a degree because I'm the boss of the school. That's not necessarily something that you probably want to do, but I mean, it is possible. I did know this one Australian guy who is basically, this is kind of a weird story. He was 300 Taiwan dollars an hour, and he was like in the basement of like his girlfriend's dad's place or something like that, and he would just like teach and then teach how many hours, whatever it is, and then he would just be on his way or whatever. I think he just liked the freedom, and I think Australians can probably only get like a visa for maybe 2 or 3 months or whatever it is, then they have to get out of Taiwan. So I think it was, and he like he was saying something to me about how like he was like driving Uber Eats when he was like over in Australia or something like that. But the point is that if you're going to be opening your own business or teaching English, you should probably have the right documents. Obviously, you don't want to have any type of situation where they're gonna have any reason to say like, hey, like why are you doing this or why are you doing that? And I think that a lot of people they just kind of take it for granted that they just can come in and out of Taiwan. But there's some people who have been like barred from coming back into Taiwan. There's some people who I guess they were kind of like thrown out, but like you have to really do a lot in order for you to kind of get thrown out. And I'm just kind of rambling right now, but in the future, what are the things that you gotta worry about kind of as in being a foreigner in Taiwan is you're thinking about like I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to be too tired. I want to have more energy. I want to keep working or whatever it is. But even though you want to keep working, you want to have time to do the things that you really want, because Taiwan's a really nice place. There's still places all over Taiwan that I haven't been yet. Why? Because I'm constantly working all the time, and I'm not complaining about that. Maybe I am to a certain degree, but I want to be able to do the things that I want to do. I want to spend time with people that I want to spend time with, right? And especially I think in the northern part of Taiwan, a lot of people they don't have the time. Because there's just all these like bills coming. You got to pay a mortgage, you got to pay for your gas bill, your electric bill, your water bill, which is a lot less than it is in Canada, thank God. So I'm pretty happy about that. I did do my laundry this morning and I had breakfast. So yeah, this is just kind of the vlog of an English teacher in Taiwan and the things that I'm thinking about. The fact that I've been here for like 11 years. I don't know if that's neither here nor there, but if you're thinking about coming to Taiwan, you should. Don't go to Taipei, in my opinion. Probably better for you to start off in the middle of Taiwan. Don't go to the south either because the salary's too low. But yeah, so this is Mike in Taiwan. I'll see you guys later. Bye.